I am not exaggerating when I say I make the best chocolate chip cookies. I even have the text to prove it. I've been using this same recipe for nearly 10 years, and it will be a family heirloom used for generations to come, and I'm gonna share it with you today. We are making a double batch today because I want to stock my freezer. So just know if you make these exact measurements, you will have nearly 100 cookies. So starting out, we are going to be using 4 cups of flour. And you're probably like, Lauren, why are you doing it this way? This takes so long. And years of working in kitchens, giving my 20s to them, this is how I measured flour if there was not a scale available. Life is too short to have bad, dry baked goods, so I take the extra steps. Next, you need a teaspoon of baking soda and a teaspoon of salt. We are going to whisk them all together. All right, let's set that aside and get started on our wet ingredients. We are taking 3 sticks of unsalted butter and melting it down. I saw some guy on social media say something about how you don't need to use unsalted butter in baked goods. And let me tell you, working with chefs and bakers will tell you otherwise. You don't want them yelling at you. All right, next up, we want 2 packed cups of brown sugar. This is like the linchpin of the flavor next to the vanilla and obviously the chocolate for this recipe is the brown to white sugar ratio. So now I just need 1 cup of white sugar. I'm gonna add that all together, add our melted butter. We're gonna mix it all together. I am enthusiastic about my vanilla use, so I am using 3 overflowing tablespoons of vanilla. You don't need to do that, but I love that flavor. And next we're gonna add our eggs. We're gonna use 2 large eggs and then 2 egg yolks. Now, I know there's all these contraptions you can buy to separate egg white and egg yolk, but eggs, they have that built in. You can just do the pass back and forth method, and there you go, you got what you need. All right, we're gonna mix this all together. And side note, I did let the butter cool before I added the eggs, because you don't want scrambled eggs in your cookie batter. It's not gonna work. So now we are adding our dry ingredients to our wet and getting them all nice and mixed up. And next up, we are going to add our chocolate chips. Now, I used to use these chocolate chips from Trader Joe's. They were like semi-sweet chocolate chunks. They were these uneven morsels, and it was perfect for the recipe. I love the texture it created, but like any good thing at Trader Joe's, it got discontinued. So now I use these semi-sweet like chocolate chip morsels, which are good. They're not what they used to be, but this is what we have to work with, and I still like them. Now I measured these out because the bags, you never really know what you're gonna get these days. I feel like shrinkflation is more infuriating than inflation, and these used to be like 14 ounces. You used to be able to get more than just 2 cups out of them. So anyways, I used 2 bags of these. We're gonna get these all mixed in. And once this is all mixed in, I'm gonna pop this in my fridge and let the dough chill. That is part of the success, is baking these from chilled or frozen. So I'll be back in a second. All right, we're back. We have this frozen dough, and I'm going to use this cookie scooper to measure it out. They're about 1 rounded tablespoon. I got this cookie scooper because, well, we're cookie people in this family, and this cookie scooper is horrible. So if you have one that you like and recommend, let me know. I don't know the brand of this. I think it was just like the cheapest one off of Amazon, which honestly, I should have known better. But here we go. I'm gonna now load up my freezer bags. I always date my goods, just like anybody who's worked in a kitchen would do. And there we go. I have nearly 100 cookies for my freezer. Now, I am a firm believer in citing your sources, so this recipe was adapted from the blog Smitten Kitchen. I even think her version was adapted from something else, but I love that blog. This is not the exact recipe, but it's where I got the basis of it. So now you have this recipe. If you make it, let me know. This recipe won over my in-laws, keeps my husband coming back, is just the best.
How many has that been in just like 2 minutes?
It's funny.